Angels, right. Like, when I hear that word, I don't know about you, but I kind of get stuck on the typical picture.
The wings, the robes, the whole bit.
Yeah. Like halos, harps, the classics. It's kind of funny, though, diving into the Urantia book and its take on angels, especially these Sakanaphim. It's like, wow!
Totally different ball game.
It really makes you rethink those common images, huh?
Totally.
Yeah.
It's way more, I don't know, cosmic and complex than I ever pictured.
What's fascinating about the Urantia book is how it goes beyond those familiar guardian angel tropes. We're not just talking about, protecting individuals. This is about angelic beings operating at a whole other level.
Yeah, and it's not just like heavenly level either, right? We're talking super universe level here.
Exactly. Super universe level. Okay, gotta admit, that already has my brain doing backflips. It's like, how do you even wrap your head around something that massive? Just to be sure we're on the same page, can you remind me what exactly is a super universe in this context?
So picture this. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, just one among billions in our local universe, Nebadon.
Right.
Now, a super universe is like this mega structure containing not just our local universe, but countless others, galaxies upon galaxies, all connected in this mind-boggling expanse. It's tough to even imagine.
Okay, yeah, I'm officially lost in space now, so we're talking cosmic administration on a scale I can barely comprehend. But what really throws me off is this term Sakanaphim. I mean, it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. What is it about these beings that makes them so special in this mind-blowingly massive cosmic scheme of things?
It's a mouthful, right? But the Urantia book's description of them is pretty spot on. They call them living mirrors.
Living mirrors? Okay, now that's an image I can work with.
Right. What they essentially do is instantaneously reflect thoughts, emotions, even the voice of a being across unbelievable distances. Imagine looking in a mirror, but instead of seeing yourself, you're seeing and hearing the essence of someone thousands of light years away, instantaneously.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's wild.
Okay, that makes the video calls I struggle with seem incredibly primitive. So who exactly are they reflecting for? I mean, who needs this kind of instant cosmic connection? Who are these messages going to?
Great question. This is where we meet the big players of the super universes, the rulers, what the Urantia book calls the Ancients of Days.
Ancients of Days, okay.
They have this crazy important role, sort of positioned between us striving, evolving worlds and the perfection of paradise.
Paradise, I feel like that could be a whole deep dive on its own.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, but for now, I'm picturing these Ancients of Days, like, I don't know, these incredibly wise beings overseeing these insanely vast domains.
Exactly. But like any good ruler, they can't be everywhere at once.
Right, makes sense.
That's where our living mirror friends, the Sakanaphim, come in.
Ah, I see where you're going with this.
They act like the Ancients of Days' eyes and ears, instantaneously reflecting information from all corners of their domains. Think about it. The Ancients of Days, they need to make decisions that affect countless worlds. And the Sakanaphim, they provide the intel, the insights to make sure those decisions are, wise and informed.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, you mentioned the Urantia book goes even deeper, talking about different types of Sakanaphim. Like, what's with these distinctions? Is it like Angel Hierarchy 101 or some Sakanaphim, I don't know, senior management or something?
It's funny you should say that. The text does focus on three main orders: primary, secondary, and tertiary Sakanaphim.
Okay.
But before you go picturing some angelic pecking order, it's not about rank or like who's got the fanciest halo.
Okay, good to know. So what's the deal with these primary Sakanaphim then? What sets them apart?
These are the Sakanaphim in direct service to the Ancients of Days. Think about the kind of information a ruler of a super universe needs. Each type of primary Sakanaphim is like a specialized channel, reflecting a different aspect of the cosmos right to them.
Specialized channels. Okay, that has my attention. Can you give me an example?
Absolutely. Let's talk about the voices of the conjoined actor. Remember how the conjoined actor is this incredible force, this manifestation of the infinite spirit that connects everything in the universe?
Oh, yeah, right, the ultimate unifier.
Exactly. Well, these particular Sakanaphim, they can reflect the mind of the conjoined actor directly to the Ancients of Days. Just imagine having access to that kind of wisdom, that universal consciousness, instantly. It's mind-boggling to think about.
Whoa, that's next level. So you're saying the Ancients of Days have a direct line to, like, the universe's most powerful intuition? Talk about cosmic cheating. What other channels, what other subtypes do these primary Sakanaphim offer?
Well, there's the Sakanaphim that reflect the collective mind of the seven master spirits. That's a lot of wisdom and guidance to tap into, right?
Yeah.
But it gets even more interesting.
Okay, you said interesting, and now I gotta know. What could be more intriguing than, like, listening in on the Master Spirits conference call?
How about tapping into the mind of a creator's son?
A creator... Okay, hold on. Now, this is connecting to something else I've been wondering about with the Urantia book, the whole deal with Jesus. Does this mean... Are you saying like Conifim could even reflect the mind of Jesus?
You're right. Jesus, or as the Urantia book refers to him, Jesus of Nazareth, is considered a creator's son. But let's maybe save that fascinating detail for another deep dive, shall we?
Okay, fair enough. I see you've successfully piqued my curiosity. We will circle back to that. But it's not just like individual beings they reflect, right? You mentioned something before about the voice of the angelic hosts.
Exactly. These Sakonafin, they reflect the sentiments, the perspectives of the entire angelic realm.
The whole shebang.
The whole shebang. It's like a direct line to the collective wisdom and experience of all angels everywhere.
It really makes you appreciate the scale of organization, of communication that must exist at these higher levels of the cosmos. So we've got Sakonafim reflecting the conjoined actor, the master spirits, creator sons, even the entire angelic realm. Is there anything these primary Sakonafim don't reflect?
You know, it's not all cosmic heart-to-hearts and deep thoughts.
Oh, so it's not all just channeling the universe's greatest hits. What else is there?
Well, some primary Sakonafim, they're more about keeping the superuniverse running smoothly. Like, think of them as the cosmic administrators, maybe.
Okay, so it's not all just vibes and insights. What kind of, like, cosmic administration are we talking about?
Let's take the broadcast receivers, for example. They're interesting because they add this whole other layer of context, I guess you could say, to the reflection process. Like, imagine receiving a thought or a feeling from thousands of light years away, right? How do you even know it's accurate? Or what it really means in the grand scheme of things.
Right. It's like, what's the context?
Exactly. And that's where the broadcast receivers come in. They synchronize those reflected visions with like actual messages being sent across the universe.
So they're like cosmic fact checkers.
Exactly. Making sure everything lines up, that the ancients of days aren't getting a skewed picture of what's going on.
It's like quality control for cosmic consciousness. I like it. Okay, so we've got the reflectors and the fact checkers. What other essential cosmic services are these primary Sakonafim providing?
Well, have you ever wondered about how beings actually get around in this super universe?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about unimaginable distances.
Okay, yeah, now that you mention it, it's got to be more complicated than just like hopping on a cosmic bus, right?
More complicated is an understatement. This is where the transport personalities come in.
Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. Cosmic Uber, angelic airlines. Who are they transporting? And where are they going?
Think bigger. We're talking about transporting beings, and this includes us, ascending mortals, by the way, between different spheres of existence within the super universe.
Wait, hold on, back up. Ascending mortals, like me. You're saying as I progress on my spiritual journey, I might get a ride from these Sakonafim.
It's all part of the plan.
Okay, that is both exciting and slightly terrifying at the same time. I might need to pack some cosmic Dramamine. Okay, so we've got the Sakonafim who are reflecting the universe's wisdom. We've got the ones making sure that information is accurate. And then we've got the ones making sure everyone gets where they need to go. Is that all of the primary Sakonafim, or is there another type?
Well, there's one more group we should talk about, the Reserve Corps.
The Reserve Corps, what do they do?
Think of them as the cosmic utility players, ready to step in wherever and whenever they're needed. They might not have a specialized role like the others, but their adaptability makes them crucial. The super universe, it's a dynamic place. Things are always happening, and sometimes you need those beings who can handle anything, right?
The ones who can roll with the punches, adapt to any situation.
Exactly. They're the ultimate problem solvers, the ones who maintain balance and order when things get, a little chaotic.
It's like the universe has its own angelic rapid response team. I like it. So just to be clear, we've been talking about the primary Sakonafim this whole time, right? But I know the Urantia book also mentions secondary and tertiary Sakonafim. Is this like a ranking system? Are the tertiary Sakonafim bringing cosmic coffee to the primaries?
No, not at all. Remember we talked about this earlier. It's not about one being better than the other. It's more like different branches of service, each with its own unique contribution to the cosmos.
Great. So if it's not a ranking system, what are these other Sakonafim up to? What are their roles?
Well, the secondary Sakonafim, they're all about wisdom, guidance, and even, you could say, cosmic judgment.
Cosmic judgment? That sounds kind of intense.
A little bit. But it's not like, you've been naughty, go to your room kind of judgment.
Okay, that's good to know.
It's more about aligning with the universe's highest principles. These Sakonafim, they work with some pretty amazing beings called perfecters of wisdom, divine counselors, and universal censors.
Okay, those titles alone sound incredibly important. So, are the Sakonafim reflecting these principles to us? Or are they reflecting on us, like reporting back to this cosmic council?
I think it's safe to say it's a bit of both. Let's take the voices of wisdom, for instance. They're a type of secondary Sakonafim, and get this, they can tap into the living libraries of paradise.
Living libraries. Okay, now that sounds incredible.
Right. Imagine all the knowledge accumulated since, like the dawn of creation, just waiting to be accessed.
Hmm.
And these Sakonafim, they can access it instantly and reflect it outward. It's like having the universe's greatest encyclopedia at your fingertips.
That's amazing. But then there's also that whole judgment aspect, right? Like, what about those universal censors you mentioned? How do they factor into all of this?
Well, alongside them, you have the discerners of spirits.
Discerners of spirits. That sounds a little ominous. What do they do?
They can, they can basically see right through you, into your very soul. They can perceive your true motives, your deepest intentions.
There's no hiding from these guys.
Nope, not really. It kind of makes you think, if these Sakonafim can reflect the highest ideals of truth and wisdom, and at the same time, they can see right through us, it's almost like they're holding up a mirror to our souls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Encouraging us to become more aligned with those divine principles.
Okay, yeah, you've officially freaked me out now. So how about we move on to the last group, the tertiary Sakonafim. What are they all about?
Now, this is where things get really interesting for us as ascending mortals.
Okay, I'm listening.
While the primary Sakonafim, they're serving the Ancients of Days, and the secondary Sakonafim are working with these magnificent beings upholding these cosmic principles. The tertiary Sakonafim are directly involved in guiding and supporting us on our individual journeys to paradise.
Okay, so they're like our personal cosmic mentors. Sign me up. How do they help us?
Well, you know how the Ancients of Days, they occupy that space between the evolving worlds and paradise. The tertiary Sakonafim, they're closely aligned with another group of beings who are, in many ways, even closer to us on our evolutionary path, the Trinitized Sons of Attainment.
Trinitized Sons of Attainment. That's a mouthful. Okay, break it down for me. Who are they?
Think of them as beings who have, they've already walked the path, they've gone through the different stages of spiritual growth, and now they're dedicated to helping others do the same. The Trinitized part, that refers to the fact that they've achieved this, really profound level of unity with the divine.
Ah, okay, so they've reached the top of the mountain and now they're like, come on up, the view is amazing.
Exactly. And the tertiary Sakonafim, they work alongside them, reflecting unique aspects of that ascension process for us to learn from.
Okay, now this is where I get really curious. What are these aspects? What are these insights they're reflecting for us?
It's like, how when you're on a journey, and not just any journey, but like a journey of spiritual understanding.
Yeah.
The tertiary Sakonafim are like those seasoned travelers.
Okay.
The ones who've been down this path before, and they're reflecting back to us the things that might otherwise take us lifetimes to figure out on our own.
So no more wrong turns on the cosmic path?
Something like that.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Give me an example. What's one of these essential insights? What's something they help us understand?
Think about the idea of origins. We often get caught up in, where we're going, our goals.
Yeah.
But the Urantia book, it emphasizes the importance of where we've been. And there's actually a type of tertiary Sakonafim called the significance of origins.
The significance of origins.
Yeah, and they reflect this very truth, reminding us that our origins, like where we come from, our unique journey up to this point, it all plays a crucial role in our growth. It shapes who we are, what we're drawn to, even the challenges we face.
It's like that saying, you can't know where you're going until you know where you've been.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And these Sakonafim, they help us connect those dots, see the value in all those past experiences, even the tough ones, as part of our own individual path.
I like that. It's very validating. Okay, what else? What else do these cosmic mentors help us understand?
Let's talk about mercy. I mean, we all make mistakes, right? The Urantia book, it talks about this incredible compassion, this forgiveness that's just woven into the fabric of the cosmos.
Yeah.
And there are actually tertiary Sakonafim called the memory of mercy.
The memory of mercy.
Yeah, and their whole purpose is to keep track of every act of mercy and grace that's ever been extended to us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they remind us that even when we stumble, we're loved unconditionally and we're supported on our journey.
That is so reassuring. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so we've got origins, we've got mercy, anything else? What other principles are they reflecting for us?
Well, there's one that I think might particularly resonate with you, given, your interest in expanding your understanding of the cosmos.
Okay, lay it on me.
The Urantia book talks about the import of time.
The import of time? Okay. I mean, I'm always trying to be more mindful of my time, so I'm intrigued. Are these Sakonafim like the cosmic time management gurus?
You could say that.
Yeah.
But really what they do is they remind us that in this grand cosmic scheme of things, we have all the time we need.
Okay.
They reflect this idea that time is a gift,
Yeah.
that it's an opportunity for growth and evolution.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we get so caught up in the urgency of our day-to-day lives that we forget to kind of zoom out and embrace that larger perspective.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what they help us do.
It's like they're saying, don't sweat the small stuff. You've got an eternity to get it right.
Exactly. They help us trust the process, knowing that we're exactly where we need to be in each moment.
I like them already. Okay, so we've got origins, mercy, time. What else? What other profound wisdom are these tertiary Sakonafim reflecting to us?
Well, as we progress on our spiritual journey, there's a lot of talk about trust. Trusting the universe, trusting our intuition, but also being considered trustworthy by these higher beings,
Yeah, yeah.
And there's actually a type of tertiary Sakonafim called the solemnity of trust, and they embody this very principle.
Solemnity of trust. Okay, that sounds pretty serious. What makes trust such a, I don't know, a weighty matter on a cosmic level?
Well, it highlights the incredible responsibility that comes with free will, I guess.
Yeah.
We have the power to make choices, right?
Yeah.
And those choices, they don't just affect us. They affect others. They affect the cosmos itself. And these Sakonafim, they kind of remind us of that every choice matters, that we're part of something so much bigger than ourselves.
It's like they're saying, hey, no pressure, but the fate of the universe kind of hinges on your decisions.
Right. But in a way, it's true. It's about recognizing that that our actions have these ripple effects, and encouraging us to act with integrity and wisdom.
It really makes you think about trust in a whole new way, like not just trust with other people, but trust with the universe itself.
Exactly. And remember, they're not just reflecting this principle for us, they're reflecting on us.
Oh, right, right.
So it's like, imagine them as these cosmic witnesses to our choices, and they're showing the universe how trustworthy we are.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a thought. So we're learning to be trustworthy. What happens next? What other cosmic lessons are in store for us?
Well, I think once we start demonstrating that trustworthiness, it opens up even greater possibilities for service, right? And that's where the sanctity of service comes in. These Sakonafim, they help us understand that true fulfillment, it doesn't come from, what we acquire or achieve for ourselves. It comes from using our unique gifts and talents to contribute to something larger.
So it's not enough to just be trustworthy. It's about what we actually do with that trust.
Exactly. It's about aligning our actions with something, a higher purpose, seeing the inherent sacredness and serve to others.
That's beautiful. Okay, so you've got origins, mercy, time, trust, service. Anything else? Are we missing any key principles here?
The last two are interesting because they kind of, they work together. You have the secret of greatness and then the soul of goodness.
Secret of greatness. Okay, I'm listening. I'm ready to unlock my full potential here.
Right. But it's not really a secret, of course. It's more like these Sakonafim, they're showing us that true greatness, it's inherently linked to goodness.
Okay.
They're highlighting this idea that the more we cultivate that divine goodness within ourselves, the more that greatness can naturally flow through our actions.
So it's like an inside-out kind of thing. You
Yeah.
cultivate the goodness and the greatness just kind of naturally follows.
Exactly. And it's not about, seeking recognition or praise.
Right.
It's about reflecting this, quiet dignity, I guess.
Yeah.
A life lived in service to something greater than ourselves.
This is all so incredibly powerful. But I got to ask, if these tertiary Sakonafim are so involved in our progress, does this mean we actually get to, meet them at some point?
Well, think about it. The Urantia book talks about us as ascending mortals. We're going to journey through this superuniverse, right, on our way to paradise. And all signs point to the fact that these tertiary Sakonafim, they're going to play a more and more active role in our lives, guiding us, teaching us, helping us navigate all those, the challenges and the triumphs of growing spiritually.
Wow. To think that we might actually get to, interact with these beings of such wisdom and compassion, it's kind of mind-blowing.
It really is. And it just speaks to how interconnected everything is in the cosmos. We're
Yeah.
not alone on this journey.
And that, my friend, is a very comforting thought. I have to say, this entire deep dive into the Sakanathim has totally changed my perspective. I went from picturing angels with harps to, like, cosmic mentors reflecting the universe's deepest wisdom.
It's quite a shift, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah. But I think that's the beauty of the Urantia book. It challenges us to expand our understanding of ourselves, of the cosmos, in ways that we could never have imagined before.
100%. It really makes you wonder what other incredible beings, what other mind-blowing concepts are out there waiting for us to discover.
Exactly. And who knows what we'll discover about ourselves along the way, right?
Well said. Until our next deep dive into the Urantia book, everyone, keep looking up, keep asking questions, and keep an open mind.